Proudly presented by Chase Sapphire. History in the making. In front of a sellout crowd in the suburbs of Indianapolis, Indiana, the first ever professional volleyball match on network television. And starting last year with the PVF, they made it possible for these athletes to pursue their dreams right here in the United States. Hi everybody and welcome. I'm Paul Sunderland. Thanks for joining us with my partner on this very special occasion. A special athlete and commentator as well, three-time Olympian Holly McPeak. You look around the building, this setting, this situation, and aren't we the lucky ones to be a part of making some history?
Paul, we are the lucky ones. I have goosebumps.
Yep.
This is a historic moment for these athletes to get to play on this stage in front of a sellout crowd the first time ever.
First serve coming up momentarily as once again we write new history in the sport of volleyball. We'll have the starters and the rest of the All-Stars on Team Collier and Team Shondell.
Pro Volleyball Walk-Ups from Purdue University, head coach Michelle Collier. Now, fans, let's meet your Team Shondell 2025 All-Stars. From the Orlando Valkyries, number 1, center, Chapu Kumpai. From the San Diego Mojo, number 2, libero, Shara Panega. From the Grand Rapids Rise, number 4, outside hitter, Kirby Snyder. From the Omaha Supernovas, number 5, outside hitter, Nonaville.
Beautiful day here in Indiana, nice winter day in the high 20s. I found it very refreshing looking at the outside of the Fisher Event Center. Crowd still filing in, sold out days ago. Michelle Collier, head coach at Georgia Tech. Dave Shondell, the head coach at nearby Purdue. Here's the match format. Total points won and lost over 3 sets. First 2 sets we played traditionally to 25 points, win by 2. The third set will be played to 15 as we'll see all of these All-Stars take the court. Really exciting atmosphere. Team Collier mentioned that Michelle Collier, going into her 12th year as the head coach at Georgia Tech, and Dave Shondell from a legendary volleyball family. There is Michelle Collier. She has built a tremendous program in Atlanta with the Yellow Jackets. Also coached an Olympian in Julia Bergman out of Brazil. It attracted a lot of international talent. Players being introduced.
From the Vegas Thrill, number 24, outside hitter, Charity Looper. Pro Volleyball Walk-Ups.
Charity Looper, a late ad because of the injury to Leketer member Mena. More on that later. Looper coming off a fantastic season at Louisville where she helped take her team to the national championship. There is Team Shondell. I volunteered to come up with some really good team names, and I submitted a whole list to the Pro Volleyball Federation. They were all summarily rejected.
I couldn't even come up with any, so you did better than I did.
First ever professional volleyball match, the All-Stars here, the PVF. There is Coach Shondell. His father, Don, a patriarch of the sport in the Midwest, founded the Midwest Intercollegiate Volleyball Association. Has been at Purdue a long, long time. All right, we're a couple minutes away from first serve. Let's send it over to Team Collier and Madison Fitzpatrick.
All right, Leah, you were the inaugural season MVP of the Pro Volleyball Federation. Now you're playing in the inaugural All-Star match. What does it mean to you to be so intricately involved in PVF history?
It's an honor. It's been the greatest joy being able to be a part of this league. So any part that I can to build the game, help grow the game, it's a joy to be a part of.
Thank you. Emily is standing by with Brooke Nunaviller.
Brooke, you're just moments away from playing in the PVF's first ever All-Star match in front of a sold-out crowd. What are you feeling right now?
Honestly, just a lot of gratitude. I feel like for the past 2 years playing in the States, it's just been nothing but that. And this is some of the best, and the fact that I get to be among them is really, really special.
Thank you, Brooke.
Yeah, thank you.
Paul?
Brooke plays for the Omaha Supernovas. Last year took home the $1 million bonus for winning the first ever championship. Now let's take a look at our Wren Athletics starting lineup. Sadora Ane, Maren Grote, Brittany Abercrombie, Leah Edmond, who we just heard from, Caitlin Horde, tremendous middle blocker, Sydney Hilly, a national champion at Wisconsin. And speaking of that, Morgan Hentz, 3 times a national champion at Stanford. Megan Courtney Lush, Veronica Stone, Cameron Hanna, Hannah Maddox, August Rasky, and Kylie Murr. On the other side, Team Shondell, Carly Snyder, Berkeley Oblad, Ajani Teeler, who's really been on a roll. We just heard from Brooke Nunaviller. Corey Lewis, probably one of the top rookies in the league. Alicia Glass-Childress, and then Charity Looper, Kaz Brown, Merritt Beeson, the #1 overall pick. Porpun Goodpard out of Orlando there as well. And Sydney Hilly, wearing #2, leads the league in assists, just over 11.5, 3 times Big Ten Setter of the Year, and we are underway. First point of the first ever All-Star match, and the very hot Ajani Teeler off the right side.
Ajani Teeler in her second year in this league. She was a practice player last year, but really has elevated her game here in Indy.
A national champion at Kentucky. First ever won by an SEC school. And here is Carly Snyder, who's played the previous 6 seasons in France. Brittany Abercrombie, a very, very elite international player all over the globe, and you see why. Brittany Abercrombie with that left hand out of the opposite, very hard to stop, Holly.
Brittany Abercrombie is one of the best scorers in this league, and she's a front runner for MVP as well. Hits out of the front row and the back row for Orlando. Has
played in Turkey, top league in Poland, and also in South Korea. Teeler again, Ajani Teeler with some heavy heat, plays right here in Indy.
Alicia Glass-Childress, the setter here, feeds this ball quickly behind her to Ajani Teeler, who's so quick off the floor, finding that open court.
Here's middle blocker Corey Lewis, rookie out of Florida State, and one of the league leaders in terms of efficiency, and that ball is called on the sideline. Just caught a piece right in front of Dave Shondell. Once again, we're using the Bolt 6 system.
The corner of the corner.
The corner
Great
of the
placement by Maren Grote. Wow.
That is the Bolt 6 system. There was no challenge on balls in or out. It is all done electronically. Maren Grote out of Grand Rapids. Played at the University of Washington. Nice play defensively by Hilly. I think the Indy Ignite players, and there are a couple of them on the All-Star team, they will get the crowd going. I think it's going to take the crowd a little while to figure out who they want to cheer for.
So many good players across this league playing in this match today. It's an incredible lineup.
Ajani Teeler having such a good all-around season. That ball just out of bounds. She's wearing #19 as she missed that. Among the league leaders in hitting efficiency, 7th in kills, third in total blocks. She's a 5'9" outside blocker. Unheard of kind of numbers. Snyder a little bit out of system. Glass-Childress is really doing a good job for Vegas. Dora Anai inside of Camila Gomez. Anai plays for the Orlando Valkyries.
And it started with that dig from Morgan Hentz, puts it up, and then Adora Anai, sharp angle inside the two defenders on the left side of the court.
6'2" outside hitter. Her second year in Orlando, has also played all over the world. And now, what a pleasure. And you heard it from both Leah Edmond and Brooke Nuneviller. What a pleasure, what a joy to be able to come home and make a living at your sport in the United States.
All these players cannot say enough good things about the opportunity to play in the USA professionally.
Nuneviller, a three-time All-American in Oregon, 1,500 kills, 2,000 digs. First player in then Pac-12 history to do so. Lucky serve off the top of the tape in front of Adora Anai. Perfect pass in system. Erica Stone is dug. Gomez out of system, and Snyder going high flat and missed it over the end line.
To Team Collier.
Let's go over to Emily Eamon once again.
Well, if there's a player that simply doesn't have an off switch, it's outside Brooke Nuneviller. Omaha head coach Berg Kuhn told me Brooke is the most competitive person that she's seen. Whether they're playing sixes, it's a game day serve and pass, or even a warm-up, Brooke takes no reps off and is laser focused. Brooke told me that drive comes from her mom, who coached her entire childhood. She said, I learned from a young age that was the standard that would get me to where I want to go, and it's clearly paying off.
Brooke Nuneviller has become an outstanding pro since she concluded her career very successfully at the University of Oregon. Dug by Teeler. Nuneviller out of the back row. Remember, we had a match earlier in the year, and Brooke Nuneviller flies around not only offensively but defensively, and she had a horrific collision. We thought that she was seriously injured. Luckily, she was not. She came back in the match about 10 minutes later.
Brooke Nuneviller's as tough as they come, and she plays defense like a libero, all-out effort in the front row and the back row.
Corey Lewis along with Snyder, very, very good block that time working against Ronica Stone. Just underway, first ever Pro Volleyball Federation All-Star match.
The Pro Volleyball Federation growing the sport of volleyball and empowering our world-class female athletes with top-tier resources. Red Athletics, the largest volleyball-only apparel company in the United States, is the official uniform and apparel partner of the Pro Volleyball Federation. Gear up with official Pro Collection Red apparel today. Available exclusively at redathletics.com and provolleyballshop.com.
Upgrade your travel and dining experiences with J Sapphire. Dove Whole Body Deodorant. 72 hours. Pro Volleyball Federation All-Star Match on CBS Sports is sponsored by Chase Sapphire. Upgrade your travel and dining experiences with Chase Sapphire. Dove Whole Body Deodorant. 72-hour odor control and skincare everywhere. And by Franklin Sports, proud partner of the Pro Volleyball Federation on CBS Sports.
Welcome back to the 2025 PVF All-Star Match. I'm Emily Eamon alongside Shawn Johnson East, philanthropist, 4-time Olympic medalist, entrepreneur, the list goes on and on. Shawn, you're not only an Olympian, but you're a huge advocate for women's sports. So why did you want to host this PVF All-Star Match today?
I am a mama to a little girl who loves sports, and it's so incredible to see women's sports really boom and take off now. So being able to host this and kind of hype these women up, they're amazing athletes, is so much fun.
From the time that you were a little girl flipping around in the gym until now, where have you seen women's sports grow the most?
Women's sports is taking off. It's like everybody wants to be a part of it. I feel like when I was a little girl, there were only a few options, but now I feel really confident that even my daughter is going to have like endless opportunities to choose from. And even seeing these women have the opportunity to play past their collegiate level and actually compete at an elite level like this in the professional world is really cool.
It's rare in women's sports that you get to see this kind of boom. I know you haven't been around volleyball a ton, but when you watch a match, what impresses you the most out there?
The athleticism, oh my gosh. These women are incredible. They're so strong, and seeing their teamwork and stuff is really cool. I am learning I'm asking like the audience, like, what are the rules here? But I'm in awe watching them.
Shawn, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Back to you, Paul.
Thank you. Speaking of athletics, Shawn Johnson East, 4 times an Olympic medalist, a gold medal at the Beijing Olympic Games in the balance beam. Thank you very much. Leah Edmond coming out of the timeout, last year's most valuable player and most outstanding outside attacker. Killed one ball while Shawn Johnson East was being interviewed by Emily and came back, and we have our first challenge. You can challenge touch off the block. Suzanne Lowry is the second referee. A little bit of a different configuration, going more along with what happens internationally. The second referee sitting courtside to manage challenges to keep things moving along. Bill Thornburg is the first referee. We're talking to the players. We want to get this moving along so we have as much volleyball as possible. There's the Bolt 6 system. Leah Edmond is looking for the top hand of number 22 on Team Shondell. That is Corey Lewis. And we're seeing no block touch. So we'll try to wrap that up and get back to play as soon as possible. 3-0 run into the first technical timeout for Team Shondell. They led it 8-5. This ball was officially ruled out of bounds, and while they sort things out, let's go over to Madison Fitzpatrick.
All right, Jalen, with your long career in the NBA and now in broadcasting, you've been around some of the most elite athletes and teams. What stands out to you about the girls in the Pro Volleyball Federation?
Wow, so many things. I'm very excited to be here. The talent, the skill, the athleticism, the camaraderie, the smiles. It's just a great atmosphere, and I'm just happy they chose to actually do it here in Indiana because the fans are so passionate. The turnout has been great.
You know a thing or two about volleyball. Your daughter, Gracie, is a sophomore outside hitter at Chattanooga. How important is it for her to see these athletes as role models growing up?
Well, that's my favorite player. And she got it honest. Her mom got her into the game, going into the gym with her older sister, Mariah, and before you know it, she fell in love with the game. And she just completed her freshman year as an outside hitter with the Moccasins, and hopefully she continues to love the game and continues to improve.
You're pretty athletic, I would say. Where would we put you out there on the court if you were going to be and play a position?
Well, after going to so many volleyball games, I don't feel like I'm good enough to be out there with them. But if you had to put me out there, probably in the middle. I think I could kind of stop some traffic in the middle a little bit. Kind of like Logan Wiley does for Georgia Tech. Coach Collier knows.
Awesome, Jalen. Thank you so much. Paul?
Thank you. Jalen Rose, 14 years in the NBA. NBA's most improved player in 2000 when his Pacers played his best basketball here for the Indiana Pacers. Larry Bird was the head coach at the time. Lost to the Lakers, Shaq and Kobe in that final. There was Brooke Nuneviller, early leader in kills with 3, along with an ace. Both teams pretty good in reception right now and defense. I want to ask you about volleyball is so reliant upon connection and cohesiveness. What are you looking for mainly from the setters?
Well, I think if you're a middle attacker, that's the hardest connection for a setter because it's really relying on trust and rhythm and quickness of the set. So that's going to be the hardest connection today. And you see Alicia Glass-Childress trying to get her middle going and Corey Lewis.
Taylor dug down the line by Morgan Hentz. You don't want to hit the ball in the left back area of Team Collier because that's where Hentzville is. Oh, nice play. Beautiful soft shot over the top of the block by Nuneviller.
Brooke Nuneviller comes in hard every single time. This is her 5th kill. Looks like she's going to hit that ball. Little finesse shot right to the middle of the court. Every player trying to dive to get that off the floor.
Veteran Alicia Glass-Childress wearing number 6 in the black uniform, doing an outstanding job. She's setting the ball right here. Does things in threes, 3 times a national championship winner at Penn State, and also a mother of 3. And a world champion in 2014, best setter in the Olympics in 2016. Brooke Nuneviller already with half a dozen kills.
This is a transition ball, starts with the defense. Alicia Glass-Childress tries to push it out, doesn't get wide enough, but Brooke Nuneviller goes to work.
Both teams passing the ball very well. Good block touch by Teeler. I don't know how she puts up those blocking numbers at 5'9", but she does, second in the league. That ball tucked inside by Leah Edmond. Remember the battle we had when these 2 teams played in Atlanta. Ajani Teeler got Leah Edmond one-on-one for match point. Atlanta eventually won that, but staved off 1 match point. Here's Leah Edmond.
The best server in the PVF right now.
And missed that one with some heat into the top of the tape. So it's been Team Shondell all along, 14-8 with the advantage. You want to hear some of the names that I came up with and got rejected?
Sure.
The Terminators, the Hammers, sorry, the Diggers. That one's too obvious. The High Flyers, the Meteors, the Rockets, the Defenders, and the Dynamos.
We have all of those out there.
We do,
so you
we do.
can't pick one.
But I submitted that to the league, and they just went, thanks, but no thanks. Maren Grote, out of the University of Washington, plays in Grand Rapids. Camila Gomez is really a good receiver. See her at the libero wearing the bright yellow jersey on the otherwise black-clad team for Team Shondell. Adora Anai Oblad along with Ajani Teeler.
Leah Edmond immediately says, sorry about that set, too far inside for Adora Anai to do much, and the block was inside waiting for her, Ajani Teeler.
Talking about cohesiveness, Alicia Glass-Childress played her college volleyball at Penn State before she was an assistant coach at Stanford. That's where she met her husband, Josh Childress, former NBA player. Here is Teeler. Overpass, Burke Lee Oblad with a tap down.
Credit Ajani Teeler with the assist, putting some service pressure on the other team for the easy overpass.
Second technical timeout comes when a team reaches 16, and Oblad knew exactly what to do with that. Straight down.
Fans, give a big round of applause for our special guests and honorary moppers this afternoon, the one and only Mops Team. Fans, get your own personalized commemorative All-Star ticket keepsake from today's match. Scan the QR code to order a customized ticket to your exact seat location. Order now to remember your time at this historic event. Scan the QR code or visit provolleyball.com to order today. And join us in congratulating San Diego Mojo head coach and last year's Pro Volleyball Coach of the Year, Taima Hanif Park, for her appointment to the coaching staff of the U.S. Women's National Team. We wish her and the entire coaching staff the very best as they prepare for the 2028 Los Angeles Olympic Games.
The Pro Volleyball Federation All-Star match on CBS is presented by Chase Sapphire. Fisher Events Center, Team Shondell leading 16-9. Let's go back over to Emily Eamon.
Merritt, you were just one of 4 rookies named to the All-Star roster. How much confidence did that give you coming into tonight?
Yeah, I think first it's obviously such a cool opportunity to be playing in the first one, and for us as rookies to have the opportunity is even more special. I think obviously all of these girls are great volleyball players, and so just to be able to play alongside them in one match is crazy. And so for us to be rookies is a really cool experience.
You're only 12 matches into your rookie season, but how would you describe it so far?
Yeah, it's been really fun. Obviously, it's a lot different than college, so there's been a lot of adjustments, but the girls have been great, and they all welcomed us with open arms, so they've made this experience really, really fun for us.
Thank you, Merritt.
Yes, thank you.
Back to you, Paul.
Thank you very much. Merritt Beeson out of the University of Florida originally before transferring to Nebraska in the national semis this past year after being in the finals the year before. And Brittany Abercrombie playing for the Orlando Valkyries, the second leading scorer. August Rasky, a very offensive-minded setter coming on. Merritt Beeson playing for the Atlanta Vibe. 6'4" opposite. Rasky, longtime international veteran. Also out of the University of Oregon, working on Gomez. And a really good start for Brooke Nunneveller until then. Getting roofed after she had registered 7 kills, Holly.
The block is recognizing those inside sets in transition and making a move. Cameron Hanna in for the yellow team for Collier.
Easy serve, not much on that. But out of system, Ajani Teeler trying to go hard and an unforced error there. So very important back-to-back points for Team Collier. Once again named for Michelle Collier, honorary captain going into her 12th year as the outstanding head coach at Georgia Tech. Nunneveller again, that ball set a little bit low. We're talking about that, the connection and the communication. What a good swing into the deep cross court by Adora Anai.
Sometimes it just takes time to find the rhythm, the location, the pace that the hitters want to hit. And this time Adora Anai just makes a good decision going deep to that cross-court corner.
Timeout called by Team Shondell. Remember, under this format, it's cumulative scoring through the first couple of sets, so everything is very, very important, and a timeout is called to sort things out after a 16-9 advantage at the second technical timeout. Back at the Fisher Events Center, the first.
The format for today's All-Star match is as follows. A champion will be determined by total points over.
We've got a timeout here, and that gives us an opportunity for a very, very special guest. Lekator Member-Mene, leading scorer in the Pro Volleyball Federation, leading in terms of kills per set. Sorry you were injured. You weren't able to play in the All-Star match. First of all, how's your ankle feeling, and when are you going to get back out there as the hardest hitter in the league?
It's feeling much, much better, and as soon as I'm out of IR, then I'm ready to hit the court.
Lekator, you're an undersized outside hitter. You dominate offensively, leading this league. How many people told you you couldn't do it at your size?
So many. So many people told me I couldn't do it, but it's very important to not listen to them and just listen to what you have in your head. And mine was like, you know what, no matter what anyone says, like I'm just going to continue to go after it, and whatever God has for me, like that's what I'll do.
Do you have Olympic aspirations?
I didn't in the past, but up until about like 2 months ago, I was like, yeah, I think I do want to play in the Olympics if that's possible.
I would love to see you in the USA team.
Lekator, we've had a chance to hear from some of the other PVF players, some of them you play against, some of them you play with, about the opportunity to play in the United States. You spent 2 years in Italy. What kind of important opportunity is this for volleyball athletes now in the United States?
I mean, it's so huge. You know, going through college, you know, before pro volleyball was brought to the United States, there wasn't really much to look to after that. You know, going overseas doesn't seem that enticing, having to be so far away from your family, not having a fan base, not knowing what to expect. But I think now that pro volleyball here is in the United States, not only is the level going to continue to grow, but as people are going to college, they have something to actually look towards and be great at. And so it's super duper important that pro volleyball here is in the United States. I'm so happy and blessed to be a part of it.
And you're part of the expansion. There were 7 teams in the league last year, the 8th this year, your team, the Indy Ignite, based in this building. Yeah. How have you been received in this part of the country?
Oh my goodness, it's been so great. I feel so honored to be able to play here in the Fishers Event Center in front of all of these fans. Like, our fans come out and they show out every single game, and yeah, I just feel very honored to be able to play for the Indy Ignite. I feel like it represents my personality really well.
I agree with that. Firing on all cylinders all the time.
Absolutely.
Sit with us and call the match. Tell us what you see.
Alrighty.
18-14, Team Shondell got out to a quick start. Nice response by Team Collier, doing some work at the service line.
Ooh.
Perfect pass there.
Nice
coming in
swing.
off Camila Gomez-Lecator. We'll let you go. Enjoy the rest of the All-Star match, and we know we'll see you in it next year.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much for what you've done for the sport, and you're just getting started. 18-15 now is the lead for Team Shondell. Remember the format. First 2 sets will be played as traditionally to 25 must win by 2. Johnny Teeler, dug by Rasky. Oh, Camila Gomez flying around. Good rejection. Nuneviller with a dig. Better blocking by both teams. They're starting to feel each other out. Dug by Teeler, but that's going to be a 3-meter line violation. If you're a back row attacker, you must take off completely behind the 3-meter line. Camila Gomez going to the sideline. Outstanding libero, 5'2", from Cali, Colombia. Played in Brazil, Puerto Rico. Best libero at the Pan American Games some years ago. Played at Texas A&M. Had a brief stint in college volleyball. Really lit it up in terms of excitement. 1916.
Veronica Stone had the double block in front of her and turned it sharp inside the block for a kill. That was impressive out of the middle.
Nuneviller is passing right on the spot to Corey Lewis. Once again, as you heard with the interview with Emily Eamon and Merritt Beeson, one of 4 rookies to make the All-Star team.
Corey Lewis is long and dynamic. Starts with a great pass from Nuneviller. Look at her elevate in the wrist snap on that ball. Takes it sharp cross court.
Lewis second in the Pro Volleyball Federation in terms of efficiency at 387. I'm just going to make a point. You were at the NBA All-Star Game last week. This is not the NBA All-Star Game. These 2 teams are going after one another.
Ton of effort, and both teams want to win. It's such a fun opportunity to play with all the best players in the country.
Nuneviller, again, very good in reception. Team Collier should get off of her. Ripped into the cross court, dug perfectly by Gomez. And Carly Snyder, a little bit late getting to that ball and rejected by Team Collier.
We're seeing some well-formed blocks, some of the best blockers in the country. August Rasky sets it, and then Maren Grote comes in, drops her left hand, closes that angle swing.
Taylor high up into the block, good swing, restart the point. Gomez again. And Snyder through the block and down, number 4 in black for Team Shondell. I want to remind everybody, Thursday at 7 Eastern over on CBS Sports Network, catch a women's hoop showdown as Paige Beckers and number 5 UConn host number 23 Creighton in a battle for the top spot in the Big East. Did you see what UConn did to South Carolina? AZ Fudd chipped in with 28 points. That was a surprise given how elite South Carolina has been. Snyder again, opening set of the first ever All-Star match in the PVF. And August Rasky, to say that she is an aggressive, offensive-minded setter is a huge understatement.
August Rasky is so dynamic, and the fact that she's left-handed, she elevates and just turns it around the block. She has one of the best hitting percentages in the league.
Her nickname is Danger with very good reason. Nuneviller. Boy, look at the block now. Rasky's really made a difference coming in for Sydney Hilly.
August Rasky 15 in yellow, and then again Maren Grote, that combination really strong. August Rasky played at Oregon and Maren Grote at Washington.
Tough serve, well handled by Snyder. Right side again to Teeler. Big hole in the block. What a beautiful delivery by Glass Childress.
Glass Childress is so fast to that right side, and Ajani Teeler likes it fast because she can attack the seam. Watch the seam between the left and middle blocker. You give her room, and Ajani Teeler will terminate.
Glass Childress, the starting setter for Las Vegas, arguably the most improved team in the PVF, and that's a young team in Las Vegas. She's really knitted that together. There is Rasky. Danger Rasky.
No sleeping on August Rasky when she's in the front row. She will call her own number. She's got a whip of an arm.
And how much does it help her being left-handed?
It helps a lot. The ball's away from the block and allows her to hit with range.
Really good comeback by Team Collier. They trailed 16-9 with the second technical timeout. Back to Teeler, the hot hand, and dug, but Rasky could not keep that ball in play.
Ajani Teeler that time sliced it, put a lot of side spin, took it away from the defender and caught her high, but we've seen power, we've seen a slice, she's got it all.
Teeler now with 4 kills on 9 swings, and here she is back at the line. It's become a very tightly contested opening set. Ronica Stone is blocked once again. Oblad is there with Nunavilla. 3 set points now for Team Shondell. Unique format. Remember, it's cumulative scoring, so it's really important that Team Collier hang in here and get some more points on the board. Combination play to national champion Cameron Turner. And Leah Edmond out of the back row.
Correction, Cameron Hanna.
Cameron Hanna,
out of Penn State. Cameron Hanna.
I know when you put your finger up, you're always going to tell me,
well,
yeah, Paul just said something dumb again.
Cameron Hanna is a national champion out of Penn State, and she's having a fantastic rookie season. She was a left-sider for Penn State, has gone back to the left, to the right side, and is really doing an incredible job this season.
Cameron Turner also in the league, an outstanding setter out of Kansas. Thank you very much, Holly McPeak. Alicia Glass Childress doing her best impersonation of August Rasky, being aggressive at the setting position, Holly.
It's so important as a setter to call your own number, and Team Shondell up 25-22 in the first set.
With set number 1, 25-22. However, remember, it is cumulative score.
She's an artist, a philanthropist, trailblazer, and an educator, and founder of the Music and Performing Arts Brave. Fans, give it up for Bria Golder!
Switching sides. Yeah, so we're going to be over here.
over 3 guaranteed sets in a 2-hour window. Set 1 will be played to 25. win by 2. Set 2 will be played to 25, win by 2, or 25 total as time allows. Set 3 will be played to 15 total, or to 8 total as time allows. If there is a tie at the end of 3 sets, a champion will be determined by the first to score on their own serve. If time is running out, the first to score in sudden death will be crowned the winner.
Pro Volleyball Federation All-Star match on CBS is proudly presented by Chase Sapphire. Opening set to Team Shondell, 25-22. Send it over to Madison Fitzpatrick.
All right, Morgan Hens, you have played on some of the biggest stages that volleyball can offer, 3-time national champion at Stanford and Team USA experience. How does it feel adding being an all-star to your resume?
I mean, I feel really grateful and honored to be here. There's so many talented players in this league, and it's just really fun to get to compete with them instead of seeing them across the net for me. So I just am really happy to be here.
When you look around and you see all of this and the lights and the fan base, when you were younger and you were playing, did you ever imagine that volleyball could be taken to these heights?
No way. I never saw something like this growing up, so it's really neat that we get to put this on, that the fans turned out and just show how much they love this sport.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Paul?
Morgan Hens, the league leader in digs per set at just under 5. Let's now take a look at the game check-in, brought to you by Allstate. What do the numbers tell you, Holly McPeak?
Hitting efficiency a little cleaner for Team Shondell, 289, and Ajani Taylor had 4 kills, Brooke Nunaviller 7 to lead the way.
It was interesting. We were looking at the stats, and Team Shondell passed the ball. In other words, serve reception, which is certainly key. That always that battle serve receive. Passed the ball much more poorly, but ended up coming out on top. Brooke Nunaviller was the key offensively, really got him started and out to that 16-9 lead with 7 kills. That is our game check-in, brought to you by Allstate. There is Hannah Maddox out of Vegas Thrill, really burst onto the scene. Absolutely thrilling player last year out of that volleyball hotbed, South Alabama. A lot of people were kind of scratching their heads until they saw this young woman play.
Hannah Maddox is an elite athlete. She played at South Alabama, but she believed that she could play at the next level, and she is excelling, improving her game, and second year in the league, and she's already an all-star.
Averaging 3.6 kills per set. There is the #1 overall draft pick out of Atlanta. Played at Nebraska the last couple of years. Again, after, as I mentioned, after starting at Florida. 6'4", opposite. A little bit of a slow start. This is a step up in level, certainly for Merritt Beeson. And finding some mixture. Her team, Atlanta, has moved around their setters. They've gone back and forth, and now I think they've settled in on Marley Monserrat out of Florida and UCLA on the beach.
Definitely takes some adjustment going from the college level to the pro level. It's a lot more physical, it's faster, lots of challenges.
Getting ready for set #2. Charity Looper on the floor out of Louisville. CBS Wednesday. Survivor is calling you to a brand new season. Jeff Probst is back in Survivor. New season begins Wednesday at 8/7 Central on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. Back with Emily Eamon, Madison Fitzpatrick. It's a cast of thousands. Holly McPeak. I'm Paul Sunderland. Kylie Murr now on as well in the libero position. Sellout crowd here at the Fisher Event Center, about 20 miles outside of Indianapolis. Freezing earlier in the week. We were a little bit concerned. Those are we softies from Southern California, but it is warmed up and beautiful out there. As Lecator member Mena, good of her to come over and visit with us. Certainly an early front runner. A lot of the teams in the league, they'll play 28 matches overall. They're 9, 10, 11 matches into the season, so still a long way to go. And very, very close in the standings. Orlando has won 6 in a row. Vegas on top with Omaha, the defending champions. And off the edge of the block. No, that was blocked in. That's Beeson on the right side. And Pornpun Goodpart out of Thailand, wearing #1, goes by the playing name of Shampoo on the floor now. A lot of substitutions. Sydney Hilly is back on. There is Caitlin Ward for Team Collier. And that ball chopped but missed out of bounds. That was Corey Lewis who missed that, just out of bounds. Again, there are no lines, people. It's all called electronically by Bolt 6. There's a good look at it, just over the sideline. First set was won by Team Shondell, 25-22. Got out to an early lead. Got to 22-21, and then it was closed out. We will have a challenge. There was a, Merritt Beeson is saying there was a touch that would have gone against Veronica Stone or Hannah Maddox. And so our first referee will call for a challenge. You can challenge a touch off the block, foot fault on the service line, 3-meter line, center line, ball up or down, or for contacts. Once again, you cannot challenge in or out. That is all done electronically, all done by Bolt 6, their headquarters in Charlotte, North Carolina. Really good system.
It's really changed the game.
Yeah.
And Merritt Beeson was set tight on that and saw some hands. Looked like she pushed it off and out of bounds. So it's going to be interesting to see what the replay shows.
And it's going to show that there's a touch. Look at the little pinky finger. The micro touch against Maddox.
That pinky finger's moving.
Well, we talked about the connection and the cohesiveness between setter and hitter. And also what's really interesting is that some of these teams have put 3 and 4 players in the All-Star match, and they're playing against each other. They know one another's tendencies a lot. There is Charity Looper. Talked to her before the match. She is such a high flyer. Good pass by Edmond. Both setters setting the ball a little bit too tight. That ball's out of bounds, but Looper going back to serve. Started her career at UCLA before going on to Louisville. Has a 39-inch vertical leap. She's 5'9", touches 10'8".
And when the net is 7 feet 4 1/8 inches, she is way over the net.
Leah Edmond has really improved her ball control game as her pro career has gone on. Brittany Abercrombie out of USC has been a pro now for 8 years. The lefty will go back to serve. She plays for Orlando, her first year in the Pro Volleyball Federation. Once again, it's cumulative scoring through the first couple of sets. Nice pass by Looper, also much improved in that facet of the game. Dug by Abercrombie, but out of bounds. So Team Collier starts this second set -3, if you will, having lost the opening set 25-22.
Merritt Beeson, fast, quick swing from the right side, getting her first kill. Well, actually second, because she had that tool.
Can't forget the tool.
Nope.
Working on Maddox. Oh, that's a good swing, quality swing, ruled out of bounds, but we're going to have another challenge. Team should just admit it, because the system is so good. Ball's out of bounds, but the challenge is on a touch call.
Agreed.
2 challenges per set. If you're correct on the challenge, you get an unlimited number.
Bolt 6 sees everything.
Everything, everything.
Back in the day, you could fib or do a good acting job, but now you can't.
Before the challenge system, which it's got to be a decade now, and the system that is used in the Olympic Games, now the Bolt 6 system used in the Pro Volleyball Federation, are just outstanding. And it's got to the point, let's look for some finger movement. It's got to the point, this is number 11, Maddox, and that ball's ruled out of bounds. No touch. Leah Edmond is going, what? Coach Collier is going, wait a minute. Yeah, what happens now internationally, the system like this Bolt 6 is so good that the players will just call the touches on themselves. Why waste the time? Working on Edmond, still very good in reception. Off speed, not there, dug by Shampoo. Murr right on target. Veronica Stone slipped in a wet spot, and Brittany Abercrombie. What makes her so effective? She's off to a really good start in the league so far.
Brittany Abercrombie is long at 6'4", and she's a lefty. She can hit that sharp angle, but also keeps it really high above the net, keeping it out of the block.
Talk to the folks in Orlando, and they just love that acquisition. Very, very professional. Really takes care of herself in between practices. 5-4 is the advantage. That ball served just out of bounds. So we'll see Merritt Beeson for the first time. I love this done electronically, because so many of the challenges, particularly in college, are for in and out. It really speeds up the game. Nice pass by Murray. You don't want to serve the libero. Oh, Beeson was there, but also Brooke Nuneviller, who goes after everything. That was a near collision.
The libero is on the court as a defensive specialist and a passing specialist, so you usually want to avoid that, and Kylie Murr put that right in her setter's hands so she could run the middle.
Veronica Stone, the fiance of Green Bay Packers quarterback Jordan Love. Dug right on cue by Stone, but out of reach.
middle blockers at the pro level really have to step up their game. They have to serve and they have to play left back defense, and a lot of middle blockers really take pride in that position now.
Yeah, it's done differently internationally than it is in college. You can play 4 years and be an All-American as a middle blocker in college and never serve or play defense. Internationally, 6 challenges. In the Pro Volleyball Federation, you're allowed 8. Leah Edmond looking for hands, and number 13 in yellow for Team Collier. Missed that just out of bounds.
Leah Edmond is always aggressive, and a lot of times it pays off. That time she doesn't find any fingertips in the way of that swing.
Got off to a little bit of a slow start, the reigning MVP did. And when I say little, I mean little. It was only a couple of matches. Done on an absolute tear. She's the reigning Pro Volleyball Federation Player of the Week. Not a good set that time by Hilly. Looper. It avoids the Jumbotron. Oh, lucky swing. Abercrombie caught the block on the way down. Kaz Brown on the floor now. The All-Star out of Orlando. Abercrombie with 3 kills so far this set. There's Hilly once again. She started the match 3 times. Big Ten Setter of the Year out of Wisconsin. That ball to the floor, very effective tip, and we will take our first technical timeout of the second set. This is the first ever Pro Volleyball Federation All-Star match coming your way on CBS.
With PVF on the rise, volleyball has absolutely exploded, not only here in Indiana, but across the country. People from all walks of life and fandoms have joined the pro volleyball movement. And our very own Sean Johnson-East is going to interview 2 female drag racers with the NHRA. Sean, take it away.
Hello, everybody give them a round of applause. Jasmine and Julie, drag racers. Did I hear this correct? Do you guys go over 300 miles an hour?
Yes, we do.
Top speed?
Top speed like 3, 35, 36. Like, we try to push it. We like to push the speed limit.
Casual, but as seeing female athletes here watching this amazing, these teams compete, and these women who are some of the most athletic I've ever seen, how does it make you feel to be a part of it?
This is super exciting. I grew up playing club volleyball. Wasn't good at it until I was on the sports route, but it's so exciting to see how much the sport of volleyball has grown. And for the professional women's volleyball, I'm so excited to see where it's going.
And then to all the little girls who are watching and in the audience, as you guys make professional athletes and the ones here today, what would you say to all the girls watching?
Go for it. If you want to do it, go for it. Don't take no for an answer.
Which team you got?
Team Shondell. Both teams, because they're absolute powerhouses, so I'm going to let the best team win.
Well, thank you for coming out tonight. Everybody give them a round of applause.
Welcome back live once again to the Fishers Event Center in suburban Indianapolis with a PVF All-Star match. History in the making, 8-7 in the second set. Let's take a look at today's player profile, brought to you by Dove. And for that, there's Alicia Glass-Childress. What a career she had at Penn State, 3 times a national champion, a world champion in 2014, best setter at the Rio Olympic Games when she won bronze, and also likes things in threes, has 3 daughters. Let's go over to Emily Eamon.
Alicia, just one day to train with this team out there. How have you been able to get the connections to gel so quickly?
I mean, I think we watch each other a lot, and so we have an understanding of timing and tempo, and I think we just made a goal of just having fun with each other. So even if the connection's not perfect, like, we're just vibing and we're having a good time out there.
You've been able to be a part of a lot of history in this sport. 3 straight NCAA titles with Penn State, a medal with Team USA. What does it mean to have this happen right now with the PVF All-Star match and playing it?
I think this is closing the loop, right? This is the thing that we've been missing, and so I'm just really honored to be here and to be a part of history, and I think we needed it, and the fans and all the people at home are showing that we really needed this, and we're here.
Thank you, Alicia.
Yeah, thank you.
Paul.
Thank you, Emily. And Alicia Glass-Childress, what an outstanding career. And we had a chance to visit with her, did a match in Orlando when she led her Vegas team to a win on the road. Nice block that time by Team Shondell as they extend the lead. And what a volleyball mind she has.
I agree, Alicia Glass-Childress, fun to talk to. And watch Corey Lewis, the rookie, use her length to get out and close that block.
First in the league in total blocks with 39. What a challenge being a middle blocker right out of college at this level. Dug by Nuneviller. Crowd still figuring out who to choose from. Nice play that time by Looper to restart the point. And blocked by Abercrombie. 6'4" is still 6'4".
Brittany Abercrombie did a fantastic job getting outside with her feet, making sure to seal that line. Quick hands over the net. It's the only way you're going to stop Charity Looper.
Very easy serve. That's a mistake. Combination play into the cross court, dug easily by Hilly. Charvanegas now on at the libero for Team Shondell. Good block deflections. Nice dig by Murr down the line. Leading digger all time at Ohio State. And that ball blocked. That ball's still up.
Hit the antenna, but Murr got that ball up.
You can see the antenna vibrating, a micro touch on the antenna. That's immediately out of bounds by rule, but Kylie Murr very active at the defensive end. Serving, not very tough right now. Ball tucked down inside. On the overpass, that misplayed by Lewis. There you see the cumulative score. Right now, Team Shondell 35-30. Going into the third set. We'll play 3 sets. Third set will be played to 15. Here's Caitlin Horde, 6'4" middle blocker, originally from Lexington, Kentucky. Played at Penn State and at Nebraska very successfully. Nice play by Hilly. And Cameron Hanna smartly over the top.
The defense, defense we're seeing on both sides of the net, and I love this play by Sydney Hilly. It goes off the outside hand. Sydney Hilly brings it back to the court with her right hand, and then Hannah Maddox, quick throwdown for the point.
No lack of effort, if you will, or lack of defense in this all-star game. Good play. Off the block deflection by Beeson.
Merritt Beeson just working through the seam of the block. Having some success on the right side.
2-time All-American out of Nebraska finally, again after starting her career at Florida. Here's Looper. Oh, there's some miscommunication right there. Abercrombie wants to stay in the attacking phase. Quickly to the outside, Nuneviller off the edge, and Hilly can't make the play. Brooke Nuneviller had 7 kills in the opening set and is picked right up once again in the second.
99% of the time you want your setter getting that second ball unless it's completely out of reach.
9 kills on 14 swings for the All-American out of Oregon. Plays for Omaha. Part of the championship team last year. Really smart shot. What opens that up for Abercrombie?
Brittany Abercrombie can hit with such range that the defenders are on the perimeter. They're spread out, and that really opens up the middle of the court.
Here comes the double sub. August Rasky, who came in and played very well, along with Cameron Hanna out of Penn State. Speaking of Penn State, our best wishes to Katie Schumacher-Colley, stricken with breast cancer early in the year and has finished her 6th round successfully of chemotherapy. Wishing her the very best. A national champion in her 3rd year, taking over for the legend Russ Rose.
Brooke Nuneviller does a really good job. I think that set was a little bit inside, but Brooke Nuneviller identifies that, gets her feet to the ball, and throws it over the block.
Harley Snyder coming back on. Snyder playing for Grand Rapids. 8 teams in the Pro Volleyball Federation. Vegas, San Diego, Columbus, Grand Rapids, Orlando. Indy is the Indy Ignite, the expansion team. Combination play, Leah Edmond. Dug by Snyder, Nunaviller again. Good ball control. Boy, that's quick, Hannah's dug. Beeson into the cross court and out of bounds.
Loving the defense. I'll tell you, Leah Edmond is putting some heat behind those attacks. This one, Carly Snyder sacrifices her body. Charity Looper steps in and sets that ball in transition.
23 digs for Team Shondell, 21 for Team Collier. As Hannah Maddox out of Las Vegas. Vegas Thrill will go back to serve. Surprised just about everybody last year when she played at such a very, very high level. Only 23 years of age, still learning the game. Maddox averages just under 4 kills per set. Let's go over to Madison Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, Paul, well, Hannah Maddox was, in my opinion, the biggest sleeper of the draft last year. Coming out of South Alabama, which is a part of the Sun Belt Conference, she always had goals to play at a Power 5 school. She told me earlier this week that now playing in the Pro Volleyball Federation feels like she's accomplishing that goal. Maddox said some of these Power 5 players like Morgan Hentz and Roddica Stone, she grew up watching, grew up idolizing. So now to play with and against these players at this high of a level, she said is surreal.
Thank you, Madison. Yeah, revenge is sweet, and she's proven it on the court night in, night out in the PVF.
Kaz Brown, such a good blocker, number 11 in black, just patrolling the net. Always been one of the strongest blockers, and that comes with good eye work, identifying, watching where the set's going, and making sure your hands are on the other side of the net.
Kaz Brown, who plays for Orlando, the Valkyries, 6'4" middle blocker, and last year voted the best middle blocker in the league. Good swing that time by Hannah down the line. Dug by Venegas, and good in transition. Team's starting to get very comfortable.
And it just takes a little time to find the rhythm of your new teammates. Starts with a dig, and then Charity Looper out of the back row behind that 3-meter line goes off the hand of Roddica Stone.
Here's Beeson. Tough serve, well handled by Maddox. That was really a tough serve, and she made it look easy. Nunaviller trying to get to that ball, tipping over the top. Good first contact. Hannah looking for a touch and missed it out of bounds. Cameron Hannah played on the outside with Jess Merzick, remember, at Penn State for their national championship. She's moved to the right side. Team Shondell up 1-0 and leading overall 41-34. Eva, I'm fine.
Just too comfortable, okay? Just too easy. It's an easy out for them, okay? So let's put a little more pressure out of those balls and then make them have to jump and take a swing. Okay, if we don't have a good swing, the setter's back row, just take the setter out so that a lot of times we're sending easy balls to the left side of the court, okay? Let's make sure we attack that, right? But let's go, let's win this. Come on.
Hold that 3, 1, 2, 3, go! Your toxins, got nothing but time.
Go take a nap.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Just too comfortable.
The Pro Volleyball Federation All-Star match on CBS is presented by Chase Sapphire. Second set, the first one by Team Shondell, 25-22, and right now 16-12 in the second. Let's take a look at the team huddle, now brought to you by Spalding.
Just too comfortable, okay? Just too easy. It's an easy out for them, okay? So let's put a little more pressure out of those balls and then make them have to jump and take a swing. Okay? If we don't have a good swing, the setter's back row, just take the setter out so that a lot of times we're sending easy balls to the left side of the court, okay? Let's make sure we attack that, right? But let's go, let's win this. Come on.
You see the motivation and the focus. Take the setter out. If you don't have a good swing, that means attack right back position. Make somebody else step in and set the ball in transition. Usually not as effective as a setter.
And also no more tips hitting the floor. An easy out. You don't want to have that. Maddox again dropping a dime. Rasky went up to get that ball. Going to be ruled as a back row blocker. Wow. That ball, explain that call, Holly.
Well, if you're going up to set that ball, they cannot block you. But there was actually a net violation on Brooke Nuneviller. Everyone talking about it.
Very tight to the net. Rasky, the back row setter, has a right to that ball as long as it's in the plane, and ruled that Brooke Nuneviller, although legally contacted the ball, also illegally. You never want to do anything illegal. Touch that ball or touch the net for the violation. Stone will go back to serve. And that ball just out of bounds. Close bolt, 6-11. A quick look. Stone, number 7, will head to the sideline for Team Collier. 42-35 is the cumulative score. Nuneviller, as expected, has been really good so far and right on cue. Come on, Brooke. Help me out here. Even the best make mistakes periodically. Here, the double sub will get unwound. Abercrombie coming back on along with Sydney Hilly. Sydney Hilly, national champion at Wisconsin, got her degree. I know what genetics is, I think, but I have no idea what genomics is. I have no idea.
No, we'll need to ask her about that.
She explained it to me once and I still didn't understand.
That being said, that means she's really smart.
She's actually working in the medical field for a while, but now that she's had a chance to play professionally in the United States, she's really recommitted herself to the sport and has Olympic team aspirations.
That time, Leah Edmond going off the middle blocker, out of bounds.
17-15 second set, but most importantly, the cumulative score. Combination play dug by Hilly. Kaz Brown, combination, not there, not a good connection. Opportunity here from Team Collier. Good read by Looper. Kylie Murr all over that. Burn at the defensive end. Again, tough collision in the backcourt. Thrown down. Shampoo and Kaz Brown play together in Orlando. Makes that connection a little bit easier, even when they're well spread apart.
Definitely. Shampoo, number 1 in black, to end this rally. Fast behind her to Kaz Brown, who's so good at getting on top of that. She's only got one blocker in front of her, allowing her to attack that middle.
Collier needs to side out. Another pretty good pass. Abercrombie looking for hands and missed it out of bounds.
Ball a little bit low to Brittany Abercrombie. She tried to hit that high and flat off the blocker's hands, but doesn't get a touch.
Yeah, we knew that that was going to be a challenge for the setters, no question, and for them to find some cohesion and some good connection. And speaking of the Olympics, first of all, congratulations to Taiba Anif Park, last year's Pro Volleyball Federation Coach of the Year, got her San Diego team into the playoffs after a slow start. 2-time Olympic silver medalist, 10 years on the national team, and now officially an assistant coach on our women's national team for 2028.
Yes.
You must be thrilled. How did you find out?
Eric had kind of just, he reached out to me. Eric Sullivan, the new head coach, reached out to me our first home game and said, hey, I'm kind of putting together a list of names. Would you be interested? And I said, yeah, I don't know what it means yet, but put me on that list. And he called a couple days later and said, hey, let's make this happen. Are you in? I said, whatever you need me to do, I want to be there for 2028.
What does it mean? Full circle moment. You were a player at the Olympics. Now you get to be a coach. What does that mean to you?
Not even a full circle just with a player, but in '84 was the first time that I knew about the Olympics, being 5 years old, living in LA. So really complete full circle of seeing it, being in it, and now being able to coach it. It's just an honor to represent red, white, and blue. And so anytime I get an opportunity to, I want to bring that chance for young girls and hopefully some PVF prospects in there as well.
You were 5 years old when I played in '84?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. But
we both come a long way.
Yes, and so has the women's Olympic team.
It has, yes.
They've medaled in every Olympics for the last several cycles, but there's going to be a lot of turnover. What kind of challenge is it going to be over the next few years?
I think it's a rebuilding, and there's quite a few players that have spent some time on USA, and so they want to have some family right now. They want to just enjoy some life, and so maybe taking a little bit of time. So it's a growth period. We get some young players that are in the gym, just get used to the level of competition, what it means to be up against the teams like Italy, who are superpowers, and Serbia, China, all of that. I'm just kind of rebuilding and establishing our core group again.
How much does the Pro Volleyball Federation training and allowing these players to play at this level help bring those players to the USA gym? New players.
New players. It's a feeding ground, and again, we don't have to go overseas and spend our time away in uncertain circumstances just to have good volleyball now, and so they get to be at home in the comfort of their family and their friends and some good coaching, and then just be able to seamlessly move from, hey, I'm in the States already, and then I'm moving over to Anaheim, and so it's just a breeding ground for talent, and I'm excited to see where it takes us.
How are you going to juggle all of this? You've got so much going
on
right
to be seen.
I think you'll figure it out.
Absolutely.
I was blessed to play in an Olympics in the United States. There's nothing better. I'm just very, very happy for you. You've been such a credit to the game for a long, long time. As a player, 2 times a silver medalist at the Olympics and a long, long career.
Tell us about your second year coaching San Diego. How has your team improved? What are the challenges ahead?
Challenges for us, we've been battling a lot of injuries. We've had some just right from the beginning with our opposite, but I think there's a lot more parity in this league. There's a lot more competition in this league, and still anything can happen. We've learned from last year that even if we're down at the bottom, there's still a long way to go, and so we're just trying to find our own identity, get some consistency in there, and I think that we've got all the pieces that we need. We just need to find a way to put it together all at the same time.
We've been calling you coach, but now you're coach and coach, so congratulations,
Yes,
Taiba. We've known each other for a long time. Very happy for you. You're going to be a great addition
Thank
to
you.
the staff.
Always a pleasure.
Eric Sullivan made a very smart move.
Thank you.
There is, speaking of the Indy Ignite, there's George Padgett. He's the head coach of the expansion Indy Ignite. Very, very nice job here building the excitement around this program and this new team. Coming out of the timeout, 20-18, 45-40 cumulative scoring. Talked a lot about going to cumulative scoring internationally, but it's just never found any momentum. It's kind of an interesting concept. Over the top of the block and down. Merritt Beeson making some smart plays, showing that she's really growing in her repertoire of attacks.
Merritt Beeson adjusting to the pro level. You can't bring heat every time. She comes in hard, defense on their heels, and then drops one short. Caitlin Horde, that left back defender, can't get there in time.
4th kill for Beeson this set. Leah Edmond, perfect pass. And rhythm to the outside, Maddox is dug. Good dig in the backcourt by Looper. Starting to hone in right now on Nunaville, a bad pass. Yeah, Leah Edmond knew it. She knew it right away. That's a very expensive mistake, and the lead is now 22-18.
Anytime you have the ball in hand, it's a missed opportunity when that goes over the net.
The high flyer Charity Looper, originally from Dallas, Texas. Perfect pass. Boy, the technique, if you're a young receiver, look at Leah Edmond and Brooke Nunaville. And Hannah Maddox, oh, good block. Maddox right on cue, number 11 in yellow.
I've been really impressed by Hannah Maddox in the blocking communication. She sees the sets inside, sets the block, and then Veronica Stone gets there and closes that block, but that comes from Hannah Maddox recognizing that set inside.
Madison Fitzpatrick told us the story of Hannah Maddox and not really being recruited by any Power 5 schools. And when she came into the Pro Volleyball Federation last year, that missed by Edmond, you know, she was playing so well. And who is this? Who is this? And boy, she's just continued to play so exceptionally well. I want to remind you to stream CBS Sports HQ, your free 24/7 snapshot of all the sports that matter to you. Catch highlights, in-depth analysis, and breaking news anywhere you are. Download the CBS Sports app to watch today. Back with Holly McPeak, Madison Fitzpatrick, Emily Eman. I'm Paul Sunderland. Once again, history being made today at the Fisher Event Center, just outside Indianapolis. And let's go over to Madison Fitzpatrick with a very special guest in Sydney Hilly.
All right, Sydney, you were the inaugural season championship MVP, so you helped set the standard of the Pro Volleyball Federation. How special is that?
I mean, it's super special, but for a setter to get it, it's really a reflection of her teammates, and I can't thank enough my teammates who I had last season, and I'm loving my new team this year, and the level of the league's just really high. This is super fun to play in.
Earlier this week, you compared this to the NBA All-Star Game, and that week, how has this experience been like for you, and what does that comparison just show about the heights that volleyball can be taken to?
I mean, I can't even put it into words. This has been so special, and having a sellout crowd, so many people here supporting us, and being on national TV, and fans watching all over the place, it's really special to be a part of.
Well, congratulations on all your success. Thank you. Paul.
Thank you. What a career Sydney Hilly had, again, winning that national championship and gone on to win a championship last year, as Madison pointed out. The most outstanding player there is Sheldon Day, Indianapolis native, plays for the Washington Commanders, defensive tackle. I'm being very nice to him. Ray Davis out of Buffalo Bills is also here. Lots of people from the area coming over. The Midwest is a volleyball hotbed. Everybody used to talk about it being in Southern California. When I was growing up, Taiba reminded me how really old I am. I was 5 years old when I played in the Olympics. 48-41 is the cumulative score. St. John Smith, beach great, and a two-time national champion indoors also on hand. And that ball tipped out of bounds. Some misconnection this time between Hilly and Maddox, and now it is set points, 5 of them for Team Shondell. They also won the opening set 25-22. They'll have a chance. They will Team Collier. They'll really have to get hot in the third set to come back in this cumulative score. Nice play by Maddox off the edge, and the chase by Charity Looper, but the ball to the floor.
Love the effort by Charity Looper, just flying like Superwoman out there, but can't get a touch on it.
Charity Looper started her career at UCLA and was really a left side attacker. She's a complete volleyball player now. Well trained at UCLA and at Louisville. Can receive, serve, and as you pointed out, a fantastic defender. Dug by Shampoo. Maddox had that ball deflect off the block, and it handcuffed her a little bit defensively.
That's exactly what it did. It just changed direction. She had a good read on it, and the deflection took it away from her platform.
Very impressive here in the first ever Pro Volleyball Federation All-Star match. Team Shondell up 50-42, the third set to come. It's going to have to be a very, very hot Team Collier coming out for the third set. Be interesting to see who Michelle Collier puts on the floor for her squad.
She's a singer, songwriter, established blues guitarist, and a pioneer in the world of music therapy. Fans, let's give an all-star welcome to Indianapolis's very own all-star, Miss Sadie Johnson. Woo! Here we go. 1, 2. Some people live for some. Some people live for fame. Some people live for power. Some
The Pro Volleyball Federation All-Star match on CBS is presented by Chase Sapphire. Sellout crowd here at the Fisher Event Center. They're having a hard time figuring out who to follow here, an All-Star match. And right now the cumulative score 50-42 for Team Shondell, 25-22, 25-20 were the set scores. Let's now take a look at the play of the game, brought to you also by Chase Sapphire.
We've seen some great defense on both sides of the net. Sydney Hilly keeping that ball alive.
This was a long rally. Get comfortable. This has been pretty typical of the level of play and how hard the teams are going at the defensive end.
These players know each other and they're just trying to find their rhythm, but the defensive effort never stops. Nunaviller keeps it alive for Shondell. Team in black, a little collision, but both players get up.
Easy for you to say.
Well, and then Kaz Brown gets a quick one from her setter, Shampoo, to end the rally.
The Orlando connection. Let's go over to Emily Eamon.
Barely had time to practice with these girls, and you're crushing it out there. What's been the most fun part?
I think that our team is doing a really good job of controlling our energy and effort. I mentioned that in one of the timeouts. I think when you're in a situation like this, it's really unique and it's really fun. So I think those are some of the things that we can control, and I think we've done a good job of that tonight.
It's been really fun to watch you. Thank you, Kaz.
Thank you.
Paul.
Kaz Brown, what a career she had. Also at the University of Kentucky, the best middle blocker in the league last year for Orlando, has played professionally in Greece, in France, and in Germany. Absolutely superb career for Brian Skinner and the Wildcats. Just underway here in the third. Cumulative score is the most important, and Team Collier has got to come out on fire. Johnny Teeler, speaking of that, was very, very good in the opening set. Coach is doing a good job of getting everybody involved. Looper, very smart shot, restarting the point. Snyder, dug by Rasky. What a good high snapper by Cameron Hanna. Outstanding high swing.
One of the things that makes Cameron Hanna special is her length. When she's able to extend that arm, make high contact, she goes over the block and deep. Beautiful kill from the right side.
National champion once again this past year for Penn State. Good block deflection by Teeler. Berkeley Oblad is back on. Their Vegas teammates, speaking of Glass Childress and Berkeley Oblad, that ball shouldn't go down. Mila Gomez was chasing as hard as she could.
Yeah, a dig kill popped over the net quickly, and Team Shondell caught by surprise.
If Gomez was 5'3" instead of 5'2", she would have been all over it. Perfect pass. Don't serve the libero. Teeler again, just too much heat. Number 18 in black, Ajani Teeler, also a national champion at Kentucky. Her senior year at Kentucky, and she was a hybrid, 5'9" middle blocker.
I was going to say, she played some middle too, and I think that's really helped her eye work on the block side on the right. She's so effective as a blocker.
Hit .433 her last season of collegiate play, which is, if you're not familiar with volleyball stats, that is otherworldly. Nice play. The two players out of Vegas connecting.
This is the connection that you like, and it happens to be between teammates. Alicia Glass-Childress sets her middle, Berkeley Oblad, who just goes high, fast, right down the middle.
Looper's been really good in the all-around game. Now tough from the service line. Charity Looper again.
Charity Looper sets up that play, but Ajani Teeler, all gas, no brakes, gets up and hammers that ball. That's a little scary to hit those overpasses.
I love that line. It never gets old. Looper, one of those young players.
I love that connection between August Rasky and Caitlin Horde out of the middle. Watch this quick set. This is what we call a gap set, one-on-one. Tough to stop. Caitlin Horde out of the middle.
Animatics. Easily handled. That spin serve just did not have enough heat on it. And tipped. Michelle Collier, the honorary coach of her Team Collier, entering her 12th year as the head coach, fine head coach at Georgia Tech. Frustrated that that ball hit the floor, and now a 9-point advantage for Team Shondell. Remember, this third set will be played to 15, so Team Collier running out of time here. Maddox looking for hands. That ball is dug, and that's going to be a net violation against Brown, number 11.
That ball went tight to the net. Kaz Brown, actually, I like the move she made. She was just a little too aggressive trying to turn and block that ball getting a piece of the net.
Hottest team in the league right now is Kaz Brown's Valkyries out of Orlando. They just won their 6th match in a row on Thursday night. Teeler high up into the hands. You got to have that shot, don't you, Holly, off the top of the block?
You do, especially when you're an undersized player. And Ajani Teeler has developed that. Like I said, she was a practice player last year, now an all-star, and she's really done the work to elevate her game.
Among the league leaders in 3, if not 4 categories. Let's go back over to Emily Ema.
Well, Holly, you're exactly right. Ajani Teeler might be an all-star now, but her professional career didn't start off that way. Last year, as a rookie, she started off the season as a practice player for the Valkyries before earning a spot on the team about halfway through the season. After the season in June, Teeler decided that to make that next jump, she really needed to focus on her health and her diet, specifically what she was putting into her body to fuel herself. Jump to now, Teeler started in every single match for the Indy Ignite and is dominating both sides of the game. Top 5 in the league in kill percentage and blocks per set. Beyond that, Teeler told me she's having more fun than she's had in so long playing with this team and coaching staff here in Indy. So from a practice player to an all-star, that joy is very apparent.
Emily, it was very nice how you worked that out timing-wise. That was well done. Beautiful kill by Ajani Teeler right on cue. Thank you, Emily. And that off the edge and out of bounds. Carly Snyder couldn't quite corral that ball. Another dig by another kill by Hannah. 7-4 in this 5th set, but a 10-point advantage now for Team Shondell. Kaz Brown smartly left by both Teeler and Kaz Brown off the edge and out of bounds.
Good eye work. Both players followed it to see where it might land. Shondell up 5 over Team Collier. 8-5.
Fans, that does conclude the match for the All-Star match. However, we will be playing to 15 points for more volleyball fun. But Team Shondell has won the inaugural PVF All-Star match. Once again, be sure to stick around for more volleyball action. Stick around for a post-match autograph session. Posters will be provided at the tables on the 2nd floor concourse behind section 112. Please make your way to the 2nd floor concourse after the conclusion of the match to participate in the autograph session. Participation is first come, first served. The final score of the inaugural All-Star match, Team Shondell wins 58-47.
Fans, it's time for a t-shirt toss. But hold on a second, this is an all-star t-shirt toss. So I say all, y'all say star. All. Sean and Andrew are looking for you. Make some noise if you want a t-shirt. Come on, fans. If you want a t-shirt, you can make some noise right now. All-star. All-star. Come on, make some noise right now, all-stars.
Fans, get your own personalized commemorative All-Star ticket keepsake. from today's match. Scan the QR code to order a customized ticket to your exact seat location.
Pro Volleyball Federation All-Star Match on CBS Sports is sponsored by Allstate. You're in good hands. And by Franklin Sports, proud partner of the Pro Volleyball Federation on CBS Sports.
Third set here, Team Shondell's wrapping this up, 25-22, 25-20, and on top, 8-5. Want to remind you today on CBS, a big one coming your way, Big 12 College Hoops from Allen Fieldhouse, where Oklahoma State takes on number 23 Kansas. We'll get you set for the tip-off with Inside College Basketball next right here on CBS, and of course streaming on Paramount Plus. Kansas, they need a win. They've lost 3 out of their last 4.
Speaking of Kansas, Matt Ulmer, the new head coach at Kansas, is sitting on the baseline. He's coached a lot of these players who played at Oregon for him. Good to see him out here today.
Team Shondell has wrapped up the title, the winners of the first ever Pro Volleyball Federation All-Star Match. Given a note here, crowd of just under 7,000 to be exact, 6,943, an absolute capacity sellout. So congratulations to the volleyball fans here in the Midwest, and particularly in the Indianapolis area, really turning out for this historic event. Holly, you competed in 3 Olympic Games. You've been calling matches, hundreds if not thousands of them. Really fun to be a part of this, and wonderful for women's sports and the sport of volleyball. Now these athletes, instead of having to go to France or Germany or Russia or China or Japan, can ply their trade here in the United States. Ajani Teeler has been outstanding. We were looking at the numbers, certainly a candidate for MVP of this first ever All-Star match, maybe along with Nunaviller.
Both those players have been fantastic, but this time Charity Looper, using her quickness off the floor, finds a big seam in the block. Beautiful kill by number 24.
5'9" outside hitter, had 21 kills in a losing effort of the championship match against Penn State. Louisville playing shorthanded in that one without the wonderful player Anna DeBeer, seriously hurt in the semifinals. DeBeer plays for Indy, and she's getting back into the lineup. She's going to be playing soon. Snyder, what a stab save that time, but just out of bounds by Looper. Aaron Grote out of the Rise of Grand Rapids will go back to serve. Okay, the serve receive right now for Team Shondell has been, the numbers say it's not, but it's been really good first contact. Looper again, huge swing, dug by Grote. Adora Anai missed it just out of bounds.
August Rasky trying to get Adora Anai going out of the back row behind that 3-meter line, just turns it a little bit wide.
Really solid performance by Team Shondell right throughout the roster from start to finish. 25-22, 25-20, and leading here 11-7. There's Rasky. She is such a rascal offensively. Good transition set that time by Hentz. Glass Childress with a bang bag reaction. What a dig by Anai. That was a fantastic swing by Looper. Looper's laughing. Oh, what a dig by Gomez. Looper couldn't believe that Anai got that ball up. Quickly to the outside and through the block and down by Maddox.
No easy kills today. I'm loving the defense on both sides of the net. You see this sharp angle dig by Gomez, and then down the line, finally gets it to drop for Hannah Maddox.
That was an amazing dig by Camila Gomez, because Charity Looper ducked out of the way. Otherwise, she would have taken a facial, and what a reaction by the native of Cali, Colombia. Played at Texas A&M very briefly for Bird Kuhn, who's the outstanding head coach in the league now for Omaha. She was the championship coach last year. Team Shondell just 3 points away from a sweep. That ball is out of bounds, missed by Hannah. Now just 2 points away.
Cameron Hannah trying to go to that corner, just turns it a little bit wide, but she has been super impressive today.
13-8. Team Shondell leaving no doubt. Good reaction again by Glass Childress. And Ajani Teeler can't put that ball away, but nobody will get that one. Rasky started to pursue, but dug to a dangerous spot over in the right front area too. 14-8.
Match point.
Match point number 1. But look at the cumulative score, 64-50. That's quite a differential. Very solid performance. And I thought coming in, and we were talking about it at dinner last night, the teams were very evenly matched. You look at this combination, who goes out over here? Just Team Shondell. Dave Shondell, outstanding head coach, 22 years now at Purdue, 19 NCAA tournament appearances. Match point again. Here's Maddox. Snyder misses that one. You see Dan Fisher down along the baseline. Outstanding head coach for the Pitt Panthers, taking his team to 4 straight national semifinals, looking to break through that ceiling.
I love that the volleyball community is out from across the country.
Match point again. Looper, perfect pass, and Taylor with an exclamation point. All gas, no brakes.
Love it. Ajani Taylor, something special, and hammers that last ball of the match to win 15-10 in the 3rd set.
Ajani Taylor, like she has done all season long, doing it in all phases of the game, a lot of block touches, and also double digits with kills. Team Shondell, the 2025, the first ever Pro Volleyball Federation All-Star Match Championship champions.
Alicia Glass-Childress knows who she wants to go to finish the match. Sweet feed to Ajani Taylor on the right.
Much more to come. We'll have a lot of guests. We'll talk about the All-Star Match Week and the experience here in Fishers, Indiana. Back after this.
For our pro volleyball athletes. And stand by for a special check presentation to the winning coach of Team Shondell.
Team Shondell, you are the 2025 All-Star Champion. Here tonight with us is Missy Owens from Red Athletics, and she's proud to present a $10,000 check to Coach Shondell and team. They are a great team.
All of the All-Stars celebrating this one, but particularly Team Shondell. 25-22, 25-20, and 15-10, and $10,000 being donated by Ren Sports to Thon. Make a difference in the life of a child today. Donate.thon.org and donate to Andrew Wisher Foundation. Pay it forward and wishforever.org. upcoming matches coming your way on the CBS Sports Network, March 2nd, Grand Rapids and Vegas. If you look at the standings, go online, look at the standings. All of these are really important matches. Columbus had a big win just the other night, and they'll take on Orlando, winners of 6 in a row, Atlanta, and Columbus, and the Vegas Thrill at Grand Rapids. Once again, all of those coming your way on CBS Sports Network. Let's go over to Emily Eamon.
Ajani, your team won the first ever PVF All-Star match 58-47. How were you able to gel so quickly?
Our team weirdly meshed really quickly. We had so much fun together. Alicia and Shampoo are great setters, and we were feeling it, and so it was a lot of fun.
From being a practice player last season to now being a star in the All-Star match, how do you put into words for this journey?
I'm so grateful. It's like a testament to so many things outside of myself, so many people, and so I'm so blessed, so grateful. It's a lot of fun.
What do you remember most from this match?
Really, the girls. You know, volleyball's a small world. You kind of know everyone, but you don't know really anyone. And I've got to know so many of them so well in the last 5 hours. So it's going to be really lifelong relationships.
Playing in front of a sold-out crowd here, how would you describe this environment today?
Yeah, Indy's the perfect place for this kind of thing. It's a sports fanatic market, so I had no lower expectations than this, and it was a lot of fun.
Definitely a lot of fans out there cheering for you as this is your home arena for the Indy Ignite. How special was that?
So special. It's my home. It's Lex home, Sydney, Kylie, and we kind of felt that right from the get-go in the introduction. So I'm really excited to play in front of them, and they'll be back in a couple days, so we're right back to it.
Z, thank you so much. Congrats. Keep going the rest of the season.
Thank you so much.
Paul.
Ajani Teeler, as expected. She's been on a roll. We were looking at her match-by-match numbers over the last 6 or 7 matches, and she's just been superb, really coming into her own.
You do the work and you commit to elevating your game, and it pays off. You see it at this level, and now these athletes have opportunity to grow after college.
Brooke Nuneviller got her Team Shondell off to a very good start. Nice to see the celebration among all of the players, really respectful of one another, and the respect will still be there, but they're going to start competing against one another very soon once again. The championship coming up the middle of May. 4 teams will make the playoffs out of the 8 teams in the regular season. 28 matches for the full schedule, and once again $1 million to the overall winner. Let's go over to Madison Fitzpatrick.
Brittany, you've played internationally for 6 years. Now you've come back to play in the United States. How special has this experience been for you?
It's been amazing. I'm so happy to be able to play with my friends and against my friends, and to be home in America. It's really comfortable, and it's been an awesome experience so far.
The Orlando Valkyries, your team, are on a hot streak, and you're leading the league in kills. What's been some of your favorite moments of this season so far?
I think our last win against Vegas was really big for us because Vegas has also been on a hot streak. So I think showing up and showing out and playing our best and beating them was huge for us.
All right, last one from me. If this had an All-Stars challenge, just like the NBA has an All-Stars challenge, what skill challenge do you think that you would win?
Definitely attacking. If you could hit every shot on the court, I think I could win that one.
I completely agree. Thank you, Brittany. Paul?
Thank you very much, Brittany Abercrombie, one of the top newcomers in the addition to the Orlando Valkyries, and talking about that big win. Let's go back to Emily Eamon once again.
Brooke, this environment with this kind of crowd and the PVF's first ever All-Star match, how would you describe this moment?
Really special. I mean, just to be paving the way for the future generations that we didn't get to look up to as a kid is just something I'll never take for granted, and I think that's just a big reason why I still play volleyball. Obviously, I love the game, I love competing, it's my career, but at the end of the day, I want to be that role model to the kid that I never had.
Thinking about how when you were a little girl, would you ever imagine playing in an all-star match for a professional volleyball league?
No, I mean, even 2 months ago, I never heard about an all-star match. So the fact that they were able to do this, put this huge production together, and just what a success, you know, a sold-out crowd the first time. I think all the girls are just so grateful to be a part of it, and yeah, we won, so.
What's gonna be your biggest takeaway from this match, Brooke?
Honestly, just connecting with the different athletes and hopefully getting to interact with some of the young girls and boys that came to watch us play. Just really, really excited and grateful.
Nearly 7,000 fans in attendance. How would you describe this kind of environment playing today?
I was telling a lot of the indie girls, like, this is such a great arena. It feels so intimate. I mean, we sold out the crowd, and they don't disappoint, you know? It feels like they're right on top of you. It feels like they really love volleyball and support, so fantastic atmosphere.
Volleyball fans are the best.
Yeah.
Brooke, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations to all of the first ever All-Stars, and one of the best among them, Ajani Teeler and Brooke Nuneviller. We'll be back to just outside Indianapolis right after this. Holly, there are a couple of renowned coaches. Kathy George, an outstanding long career at Michigan State, now for the Grand Rapids Rise. And as you pointed out, what a career at Oregon. Now for the Kansas Jayhawks is Matt Ulmer. Dan Fisher was here. Amy Pauley here, the head coach for Orlando. There is Amy. And what a job she's done. She's smiling a lot. They've won 6 in a row.
She has Orlando playing their best ball of the season.
And speaking of that, all of these teams will be right back in action. Actually, a couple of them tomorrow. Thursday, 8 p.m. These are all the other matches coming up this week. March 2nd, Grand Rapids, San Diego. They've got to get it going. They got the right coach, Taiba Hanif Park. The Vegas Thrill at Atlanta. The championship match will be on CBS Sports Network. 4 teams out of the 8 make it into the semifinals. And then for the championship on the 11th for $1 million. Omaha won it last year. Sydney Hilly was then playing for Omaha. Now she's playing here in Indy. Let's go to Emily once again.
Kylie, as a player who's from Indiana, playing professional volleyball in Indiana, now playing for PVF's first ever All-Star match in Indiana, what does this mean to you?
It's so special. I really didn't know what to expect coming in, but it's everything I imagined and more. And it just means a lot to be able to do this in my home state with amazing athletes.
How much more special does it make it when you have so many family and friends in attendance as well?
I have like 30 to 40 people in the stands, so just to look up and see people that I recognize and people that have supported me and gotten me here is super special.
Thinking back to 10-year-old Kylie bouncing around in the gym, what would she have said if she knew you were playing in this match?
She would be super proud and just like hope she enjoyed it and just soaked it all in because it's an honor to be here and just such a great opportunity.
Was there a moment from the match tonight that really stuck out to you?
My kill. When I got my kill, that doesn't really happen, so that is always fun when a libero can get a kill.
We love it. Kylie, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Paul.
Kylie Murr, the all-times dig leader for the Ohio State Buckeyes, was 1,935, and I think I read that she has 3 kills all time. Let's go to Madison Fitzpatrick.
Cameron Hanna, 2 months ago, you were hoisting up that national championship trophy with Penn State. First of all, congratulations. Second of all, how much of a whirlwind has this been for you now playing in the All-Star game?
Oh my God, I am on such a high right now. I feel like life could not get any better than what it is right now. I'm truly living my childhood dream. And it's so cool to be able to do this for girls that were like me and didn't get to see professional volleyball in the States. This is the best experience ever.
If you have a message for those younger girls, for the younger players out there, what would it be?
Oh, don't let anyone dim your sparkle. You keep being you, and that's what's going to make you different in the end. And keep trying new things because you never know when it's going to pay off.
What was your favorite experience from tonight, the inaugural All-Star match for PVF?
Oh, honestly, I would say the locker room environment. Before the game, it's really cool that we can all be competitors and then come in the locker room and we're all dancing and laughing together. You don't get to see that side of people from the other side of the net. So it was cool to meet all those girls.
Congratulations on making history. Good luck the rest of the season. Thank you. Paul.
Thanks, Madison. There's no dimming that sparkle.
I love that.
Absolutely.
Great message.
Merritt Beeson, the #1 overall pick, made the All-Star team, and as Madison pointed out in her opening question to Cameron, a national championship and now playing professional volleyball. And Corey Lewis, what a career she has ahead of her. She's long, she's bouncy, she's a better blocker than I thought she was, and currently leading the league in efficiency.
I think we're going to see a lot of these players in the USA gym because this is such an incredible training ground. Eric Sullivan is going to have his work cut out for him.
Once again, Team Shondell wins it. They win all 3 sets in this unique format. It was done cumulative scoring, but they won it 25-22, 25-20, 15-10. Let's go back to Emily.
Leah, you played in a ton of big matches throughout your career. Where does this one rank?
This one's just high because I got to play with so many of my friends, and I think that was the cool part of being able to talk through the net and be kind of chill about it and just enjoy just playing the game that we love. So this one definitely is probably top 5. It's such an incredible experience. Of course, being part of the first one makes it even a bigger deal, but it was just really, really fun to play out there today.
Was there anyone, whether they were on your team or on the opposing team, that you were really excited to play with or against?
Sydney Hilly, because she set me for so many years before PVF that I was very excited, and I was so excited to play with Brittany because I didn't play AU this year, so I never got to play with her, so I was really excited to play with her as well.
Obviously, you've been playing at an incredibly high level, but playing with these women, what does it do for the confidence of your game moving forward?
I think it's more of an appreciation of the people that I get to play against every single weekend. I mean, they're so amazing, and so then getting to play beside them and then feeling like, oh, you elevate my game this way, but you're just such a joy to be around. You have more of appreciation for the game, but I think it just makes me be able to adapt a little bit quicker because we had an hour of practice that we got to do, and so just being able to adapt and communicate quicker, it helps me allow me to communicate quicker with my team when I get back to them.
For you, what does it mean to have volleyball on this kind of platform in the first ever All-Star match for a professional volleyball league?
I mean, it's huge. It's everything that we've all worked for so long. And so to be able to have my family here and friends here and be really close to home, I'm 2 hours away from home, was like a huge deal. And just continuing to uplift the game and have something for little girls to aspire to be and do.
Our biggest takeaway from the day?
Pro volleyball is the thing right now, and this crowd showed us exactly that. So I'm so excited for the future.
Thank you so much, Leah.
Thank you.
Madison?
August Rasky, when you were 13 years old, you went to your first volleyball camp, and the setters line was the shortest, so you jumped in, and the rest is history. How proud would that little girl be of you?
Oh, she'd be so proud. She'd have no idea what's in store, but I'm happy to have brought her along here today and say, look what we did.
How special is it to be a part of history, constantly making history every single year with PVF?
It's amazing. It's so awesome to be a part of this because we're just building it for whoever comes out behind us, so it's just getting better and better every year, so it's awesome.
What was the experience like playing in front of this crowd?
This was amazing. Indy, you guys showed out. PVF, way to bring everybody here, and the energy was phenomenal, so thank you guys so much for turning up for us.
And this is a hard one, I'm putting you on the spot, but who was your favorite to set tonight?
Cameron Hanna, man, she went off. She's fun, and she's fun to play with. She's got good energy and good vibes, so all day.
Awesome. Well, good luck the rest of the season. Thank you. Paul?
Thank you both. They will be adversaries instead of teammates very, very soon as we go to the back 2/3 of the regular season. Omaha and Orlando on top of the table. Vegas, very good to begin with. And then it's anybody's guess what's going to happen over the next 17 or 18 matches respectively for all of these teams. Back at the Fisher Event Center with 3-time Olympian bronze medal and national champion Holly McPeak. There's a lot of takeaways on a special historic day like this. The level of play was very good. Team Shondell was superior in most of the phases. What will you remember about this one?
That it was an historic moment. These athletes just being good role models for the future, and that they can dream big to play professionally in this country. I think it's incredible, and I think you saw all those athletes being interviewed. How well spoken are our athletes? They gave an all-out effort. A lot of all-star games you don't see defense, but you do here in the PVF.
Yeah, volleyball, we were thinking about this, and I've talked to Karch about this. Karch Kirai played overseas with Steve Timmons for Il Massagero, and they played some all-star matches, the world against Italy. How did that go? Very, very intense. Because of the nature of the sport, you can play all out. We saw some mistakes because they're, like Lee Edmonds said, an hour of practice, but congratulations to all the players and also the coaches, Michelle Collier and Dave Shondell. I think they did a very generous and wonderful job.
And I think you saw the crowd. They love this sport, and people came from all over the country, not just Indianapolis, to see this match. I think it means a lot to the sport. I think bigger, better things continue to happen to women's volleyball.
Like we talked about, 28 matches in total on the season, 10 or 11, even 12 matches in as you saw the standings. What do you think about the back half or the back 2/3 of the season?
Well, I think it's a very small margin of error. I mean, it's separating these teams, and it's going to be very competitive. Who finishes strong, who can stay healthy and execute at a high level.
Brooke Nunaviller was certainly one of the stars, along with Ajani Teeler, who continues her hot play, and they will go back to their teams respectively. Ajani doesn't have far to go. She's playing right here in Indy, and of course Brooke is looking for a back-to-back championship in Omaha. We wrap things up, and again, the level of play, the setters, you saw Kaz Brown working with Shampoo, that long drift, we saw some very exciting play and really good effort at the defensive end.
Well, we saw a lot of the stars of the future that are actually stars now. They're young, talented, and I think it's just going to go up from here.
Yeah, it was a competitive all-star match, although it was, when you look at the cumulative score, won quite handily by Team Shondell, Dave Shondell, the head coach. It was really a lot of fun, and the people of Indiana and the Midwest and the volleyball community certainly turned out. Really good performance. They enjoyed some of the best volleyball you're ever going to see in the United States. For Holly McPeak, Emily Eamon, Madison Fitzpatrick, I'm Paul Sunderland saying so long from the Fisher Event Center. All the best for the rest of your Saturday. Coming up next, Oklahoma State at Kansas. So long, everybody.